Good morning, everybody. This is Morten from Inkish. Have the pleasure today to be in a very warm Italy, and of course, always lovely to be in Italy. We are with Meccanotecnica in a suburb to Bergamo, where they have what they call Book the Future event, and I think Book the Future has become like a slogan for Meccanotecnica throughout a couple of years, right, Stefano? Good to see you.
Good to see you in Italy this time.
Last time was in Mexico, right? Temperature is almost the same, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
It's fantastic to see you and also to be here again, because it seems like Meccanotecnica is revitalizing yourself into becoming like extremely focused on the entire book production, right? And still also keep an eye on the legacy productions, right? So tell me a little bit about the journey and how you see the market.
Morten, we should make this interview last for hours if I tell you everything. But we started this journey 31 years ago, long time ago.
Was that when the Meccanotecnica was established as a company?
No.
So the journey started?
Yeah, the company was established 62 years ago. So half the lifetime of Meccanotecnica, exactly in the half, we were at that time the market leader in book sewing technology, and this is our legacy. We have thousands of installations in the world. We know very well how to make good books, but at that time, digital printing starting to become a thing. So immediately our CEO looked into it, and we said, oh, this is something that could be major in the future. And of course, his original idea was right. So we persevere and we continue developing our solutions, and slowly, because only now we complete our vision, slowly we started adding the new solutions in our portfolio, always in the book industry, always in book finishing, but more and more towards digital book finishing, because we knew that in that segment there were many processes to be industrialized and to be connected. We wanted to change the focus from being just a book sewing machine manufacturer, market leader, and we wanted to become a company that could save the profit of our customers in digital book finishing.
When we had a short walk here before, one of the things I really liked is also that, as you say, your legacy is from, let's say, many books, right? And you know, even though there is a huge growth in digital, you still have an eye on the legacy production, because you said that the line where you in the past needed more people to serve the entire line, 1-2 people can now handle an entire production, basically, right?
Exactly, because we have to consider that, yes, digital is now mainstream, especially in some regions, but all in all, globally, still offset book finishing represent 82% of the total number of book pages produced. So yes, digital is certainly the future. If we will continue grow in some market like the US, book pages printed in digital are now represented 35-40% of the total book pages produced, but in other regions still offset is mainstream. So we should not lose our focus on the legacy equipment, and we are helping also in that regard binders, printers and binders, streamlining processes, increase profitability, and exactly what you said. In the past, the disconnected steps, the disconnected processes, and the work in progress accumulating on the production floor takes time away from the production, and it costs money. So everybody wants to increase profitability, everybody wants to increase the margins, and the solution is automation, integration of processes, and removing...
And robots.
And
so
robots,
you have a robot
exactly,
as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Stefano, I mean, you say that the journey started 31 years ago. I would say that you're a little bit of a slow starter, right? Because, I mean, of course, you started where you are very famous from your Smithsoon books, and then you went digital also in that area. But it was just before Drupa you introduced the Serial, And now you have actually a complete line with books of one, from suit to perfect bound, to soft cover books, to hardcover books. I mean, let's start with the engineering perspective. That must be a challenge to suddenly go from, let's say, being very specialized in one segment to go relatively broad, right?
It was a very tough challenge. It took years. It took millions of hours in R&D development. It took millions of euros because, of course, when you have to design new machines, you need to prototype, you need to perform a field test. It costs money to change. But we believe we are on the right trajectory to help customers and to help digital book finishing become industrial. So this is very important for us. And what you said, yes, we started by being in the digital book finishing segment with our legacy equipment, book sewing processes, because this is where we were the master, where we were the leader. But then in Drupa, only 2 years ago, it seems 20 years ago, but only 2 years ago we introduced the binder. So perfect binding is another process that we know very well because we know how to make heavy-duty, reliable machines, but that was something new for us.
But you also, sorry to interrupt you, but you also had something you told me when we had the walkthrough of the perfect binding machine, is that you didn't have a legacy on that segment, so you could start engineering from scratch. So you came up with some really good ideas on how to transport the book, how to take up the covers, how to make books actually a much better product using your technology.
Yeah, because we knew very well the solutions that were available on the market. We knew very well the weak point of some solutions, and we knew that in our DNA was to make things industrialized. Yeah. We see that many other companies focus on light digital. We do not compromise. Sometimes we are maniacs about quality, but this is what this is what you will see here.
You know your camera, right?
Yes. But this is our DNA.
Yeah. And now you have like an entire line here, because now we spoke about the engineering challenge, right? I guess also that going to market is not so easy, right? Because as all the market knew you from being a Smith shoe binders, right? Now you are like the books of one hub, right? You can basically do everything with you guys. So how has the market, I know some of the stuff here is new, but how has the market received you with, for example, being in the perfect binder market?
The reception was extremely positive. Yes, we are the new kid on the block in some segments.
So you have to prove yourself a little bit? Or?
We need to prove ourselves. It takes time, we understand that. It took time to come here, and after 31 years now I have this new value proposition to the market. But the reception was very well. And in only 2 years, we had now several installations. We had stories to tell other prospects about why other customers are trusted us, and so we have our cards to play.
And the world never stands still, so you're not finished now, right? You still have something in pipeline, right?
We still have some developments in the pipeline, and this event also gave us the opportunity to publicly announce a new piece of equipment, the new casing-in machine. The name is Lyra. This is our final leap. The Lyra proves that also casing in digital can be industrialized, can be profitable, and book of one can be done not with legacy equipment, with workaround, or done manually, but it can be done industrially.
And now we have an open house, or you have an open house here, and we look very much forward to cover it. How many guests do you expect here?
How many?
How many guests do you expect?
Yes, we expect around 150, 200 guests. We are a relatively small company, and for us, we wanted to focus this event on quality prospect. So we invited the major players in the book industry, and the reception was very, very positive. So in these 4 days, our goal is to show them what we are doing, what we are proposing, and start a conversation with them.
I wish you some really good and prosperous days.
Thank you very
for
much,
having
Morten.
us here. Okay.
Thank you.